Money always comes, money always has your back, and you always find a way. So what if we get rid of all of the negative scarcity and fear so that you can just start to fucking trust yourself and trust money and trust that you're safe, trust that you're protected, and trust that we actually always figure it out? Because that's the story that I tell myself.
Welcome to the She Who Dares podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Wilson, the founder of She Who Dares. I'm a specialized breakthrough and mindset coach, business mentor, online course creator, and your number one no BS hype woman. I'm here to remind you who the fuck you are and reignite your personal power through powerful and expanding conversations on all things business, mindset, and energetics, to help you break through to your next level of success in all areas of your life, business, and bank account. Each episode is designed to expand your mind, shift your identity, raise your frequency, as well as give you success strategies to help you step into your highest, most powerful, abundant, successful, and magnetic you. So, I dare you to join me each episode, and I double dare you to implement what you learn and go all in on you. All in on your life, your business, your success. Because if you do, like so many of my She Who Dares clients and students, you will become everything that you know deep down you can be. Ready? Let's friggin' do this.
Welcome back to another episode of the She Who Dares podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Wilson, and I have got a message on my heart today. So much so that I literally just got out of the shower. My hair is still wet. And I was like, I have to record this podcast episode right now because I have something to say. And I really want every single one of you who is listening to this podcast to listen to what I have to say, because today's message, I think, is so important. This episode is inspired by something that I'm seeing a lot of in 2025. I mean, I've seen a lot of it over the years. It's why I've created a course around healing your money mindset, which is my course, Heal Your Money. But something that I'm seeing a lot of at the moment, and this is from like friends, clients, family, people that I love, but I'm seeing a lot of it and I need to fucking speak on it, is people sharing like humorous memes and posts about a lack of money and sharing it in this humorous way. It's something that I just noticed so much of. And I just want to speak to it because I'm like, this low-level behavior is not serving any of you. If you are engaging in conversations about a lack of money, how hard money is, how scarce money is, if you are sharing content that's humorous around a lack of money, how bad you are with money, how money just seems to slip through your fingers, your scarcity around money, not having enough money. If you are engaging in conversations, if you are consuming content, you're watching the news, you're reading things, then you need to put a stop to this immediately. I've been noticing on Instagram so many people sharing memes and content around like their bad and negative relationship with money, all from the guise of like humorous content about how it's so hard to come by, how everyone's struggling. And it's just such a low level frequency and it's not serving anyone. And so I want to invite you to look at what content are you consuming? What type of conversations are you engaging in? And what do you believe around money? Because if you are having conversations with friends, family, colleagues that are low vibrational conversations around there being not enough money, how bad you are with money, and you're also consuming content and watching the news and reading content about how tough it is that out there right now. You are literally giving your power away, and it serves no purpose to engage in this type of conversation. So something that's super important to me is my money mindset. I've done a lot of work on my money mindset, and I teach about money mindset. And so I just want to share with you what I do, because there are people that I dearly love in my life who have a big place in my life, who are sharing a lot of like this low vibrational money stuff where the narrative is it's hard, I'm struggling, I'm shit with money, I get paid, then my money just goes. And so for me, when I see anyone, whether it's somebody that I love, that it's a family member sharing that type of content, I actually will not engage with it. And not only that, I mute that content, because protecting my relationship with money and protecting my mindset around money is incredibly important to me, because I know how easy it is to slip into those lower level, low vibration behaviors and story around money, because that's how I grew up. And that's what everyone's fucking doing. You want to be mediocre and you want to be like everyone else, engage in those low level conversations. For me personally, I protect my relationship with money. I get that it's not easy out there right now. I get that people's lived experience right now might be that things are tougher, but engaging and complaining and perpetuating that narrative is keeping you stuck in that cycle. And so if you take anything away from this episode, I want you from this moment onwards to protect your relationship with money. You may not have a great relationship with money right now. Your thoughts around money might be based in fear and scarcity. And you might feel that you don't have a positive relationship with money, that you can't trust money, that money always leaves you. But perpetuating that is literally going to keep you right where you are. If you want to change your relationship with money, this is the first thing that you need to do. You need to bring awareness to your current thoughts, the way that you speak about money and the way that you feel about money, what you're consuming, what kinds of conversations you're having. And you need to start to change this immediately, because talking shit about yourself and money does not serve you in any way. It literally just perpetuates a negative narrative that's keeping you stuck in a cycle of scarcity. Now, the cycle of scarcity is something that I teach in my course, Heal Your Money. I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of it today in this episode, because I just feel like I just cannot see one little person share these negative, funny memes around how hard and scarce and shit they are with money. It just breaks my heart, because you are literally never going to be able to change that until you bring awareness to your behaviors around money and how you think, feel, react, and respond to money. You're in control of that. It might not feel like you're in control of your money situation right now, but you are absolutely 100% in control of how you think, how you feel, how you react, and how you respond to money. And if you are doing these from the guise of fear, scarcity, shitting on money, shitting on yourself and money, you are literally keeping yourself stuck in a shit, hard, negative, scarce money story. And so all I want you to do from today is bring awareness to what you can control. And you can control how you think about money. You can control how you speak about money. You can control the kind of content and conversations that you have around money. And you can control how you react and respond to money. And that's what I want you to take away from this. So let's talk about the cycle of scarcity. So the cycle of scarcity is like you're feeling fear, uncertainty around money, around earning money, around your ability to have enough money, around your ability to hold on to money. And this could be playing out in all areas of your life. Okay. Number two is you're feeling maybe lost and hopeless and feeling like a lack of belief in yourself that you can even create the money that you feel you need. Okay. And number three is feeling a lot of just negativity around money. Like you shit on money, you shit on yourself and money. You have negative thoughts and feelings, guilt, shame. You feel a lot of fear. You feel jealous and envious of other people who appear to have an easier relationship with money, where money flows to them. Okay. The three kind of ways that scarcity show up for people, I've just read them out to you. Now, you might feel all three of these, or one of them might be your dominant one. It doesn't matter. I'm just giving you an overview of what scarcity can look like and feel like and how it's showing up in your life. Okay. Now, scarcity, or the cycle of scarcity, which I teach in my course, Heal Your Money, is a pattern of negativity that we can become trapped in, where we consistently feel like there is a lack, that there is not enough. No matter how much we have or how little we have, we always feel like we are failing with money. We always feel like we don't have enough money. And this pattern of negativity can be self-reinforcing. As we experience scarcity, we then create behaviors and beliefs and a mindset, our thinking, our feeling, scarcity that causes us to become stuck in a perpetuating cycle of scarcity. Okay. Now, the reason that being stuck in a cycle of scarcity is so damaging, as we get more entrenched in the cycle of scarcity, so the more we perpetuate that thinking, the more we perpetuate that complaining and blaming, the more we share those funny, not so funny memes, the more we talk about how shit we are with money, the more we talk about how there's a lack of money and we can just never get enough money, we are then likely to deeply ingrain negative beliefs and behaviors that keep reinforcing that cycle of scarcity and that scarcity mindset. So, for example, you may start to believe that you're not capable of managing money. I'm just shit with money. The amount of conversations that I've had with women who just say, I'm just really bad with money. And when women say that to me, they are taking no fucking responsibility for themselves. It's like, oh, I'm just really bad with money. Like, I have no control over this. I'm just really bad with money. And I know that it feels like you have no control over it. And this is why I talk so much about personal power and healing your fucking relationship with yourself. Because of this, it's like you say things like, oh, I'm just really bad with money. Like it's nothing that you've done or it's nothing that you have control over. And it's just such a fallacy, right? So you might start to just believe that you're incapable, that you're just incapable of managing your money. And you tell that to your friends, you tell that to your coach, you tell that to your family, and your family goes, me too. And all your low level vibration friends are all like, yeah, I'm really shit with money too. We laugh about it and you guys trauma bond over it. Like this is an acceptable way of living. And this is what I'm seeing out on Instagram. You are all sharing the same fucking low level memes about money and you're all trauma bonding over it and you're all feeling connected. And it's like such mediocre behavior. And there's another way. There is another way. There's another possibility for you. And I know you can hear my passion, right? As I'm recording this episode, because if I can just get those of you who are listening to this episode to take responsibility for the way you think, feel, react, and respond to money, you can start to change your relationship with money, heal your relationship with money, change the narrative you have around money. And when you do those things, guess what happens? Money changes. Money starts to show up differently for you. You start to show up differently for money. And this is how we create change. But you're never going to create fucking change by staying in these low level conversations, complaining, blaming, it's everyone else's fault. I can't, I'm shit with money, money shit with me. This behavior is the reason that you have a shit relationship with money. It starts with what you think, what you feel, the conversations you're having, and the content you are consuming. I want you to leave this episode today like me. When I see someone I love, when I see someone who's incredibly important in my life share negative stuff around money as a joke on social media, I mute them. I love them. I hope for the best for them, but I mute their shit because I protect my mindset at all costs. And I'm running a business. I've got big goals, big dreams. Money is incredibly important to me, as it should be to you. My money mindset is incredibly important to me. My relationship with money is incredibly important to me. And I protect it at all costs. When I'm hanging out with friends and family and they're talking and complaining and blaming money, I energetically protect myself. I don't shit on them or try to coach them. I don't coach people who aren't my clients, right? But in the situation where somebody's talking about money negatively, I literally sit there and in my own mind, like, this is not my story. I have a great relationship with money. Money has my back. I've got money's back. I love money. Money loves me. I'm safe with money. Money's safe with me. And I literally sit there and I confirm my money story. I will not allow anyone to project their bullshit, their negativity, their fear, their scarcity onto me. I protect it at all costs. And I want you to start doing the same. I want you to stop engaging in conversation, stop watching, consuming content, and stop speaking about money like shit from today. I want you to work on it. And then I want you to definitely stop sharing a bunch of negative money shit. It just does not serve you in any way. Hey guys, Crystal here, jumping in with a quick note and gift for you all. After I listened back to this episode, I felt a really big pull to offer you all the opportunity to join my course, Heal Your Money, at 50% off. For the next week, for the first 10 women who jump and move quickly and take this opportunity. All the details will be in the show notes of this episode, but here is why I'm offering you this crazy offer of 50% off Heal Your Money. This episode that you're listening to is incredibly important. The teachings that I'm teaching you in this episode are just the beginning of transforming your relationship with money. And my big purpose, something I'm so passionate about, is teaching women how to heal their relationship with money and rewrite their money story. And that work is incredibly close to my heart. That's why in 2021, I created my course, Heal Your Money, a course that I put everything I had to teach into it. And I now know hand on heart, after 50 students going through that course, that this is the only money mindset course you will ever need to completely transform your mindset, relationship, and experience with money. I know that so many of you listening to this episode need way more than this episode to change your money story. And that's why I'm offering you the incredible opportunity to enroll into my course, Heal Your Money, at 50% off for the next week and the first 10 women to jump in. And to make this even easier for you, I'm even splitting that payment into two for you. Honestly, Heal Your Money at its original price of $697 is already too low for the value, the wisdom and teachings and transformation that you will receive when you complete this course. So at 50% off, it's an absolute no-brainer. You get lifetime access, all the upgrade versions to come in the future, and you're going to pay 50% off. And I'm giving you this opportunity because I give a shit, and I really want those of you who are listening to this episode who know you need to work on and heal your relationship with money. I want this to be easy for you. So I want the 10 spots at 50% off to go to the women in the She Who Dares community who are listening to this episode who need this money mindset work. The women who need it the most. And I want you to get out of your own way and take up this incredible opportunity. I'm offering it to you on a silver platter. You may not know that you're fully worthy of this investment, this time, this opportunity of wealth, of abundance, but I'm here to remind you, you are worthy. So I want you to step up. I want you to take this opportunity. I want you to claim one of those 10 spots and get my course, Heal Your Money, at 50% off for the first 10 women for the next 7 days. Let's do this. So what is the cycle of scarcity? The cycle of scarcity is a pattern of negativity that we become trapped in. Most of you listening to this podcast are trapped in a cycle of scarcity that you are taking zero responsibility for, and you just think this is just the card you've been dealt. And when you think like that, you give all of your power away. So being stuck in a perpetuating cycle of scarcity means that you consistently feel like there is a lack of and not enough money all the time. And something that's super fascinating, I see friends, family, colleagues over the years, is I know people who have had a really comfortable money situation. Comfortable. Two income household, high income earners, and still all they fucking do is complain and blame money and talk about how they never have enough. It is wild to me. And I think, wow, like you're okay. You know what I mean? I grew up sometimes in a real scarcity. I grew up in government housing. I grew up with a family who sometimes had money, sometimes didn't have any money. And I've watched my parents build things and fail at things and have money and lose money. And it's really impacted how we lived as a young family. So I know what it's like. I know what it's like to live in real scarcity. And it's wild to me how many of you are actually not living in scarcity, but you are walking around and acting like you have nothing. You're walking around acting like it's so hard. And because this is the mindset that you built, you cannot see anything else because you're stuck in a perpetuating cycle of scarcity that's literally reinforcing the scarcity and you can't see anything else, right? So let's look at how the cycle of scarcity even began. All right. So, number one, the cycle of scarcity that you might be trapped in, okay, perpetuating cycle of scarcity, is that it's a mindset that's been passed down to you. This is how your parents were. This is how they spoke to you about money. This is how your colleagues think and speak about money. This is how your friends speak and feel about money. It's like every single person in your little ecosystem thinks and speaks about money in this way. And so this is just actually incredibly normal for you to be this way. That this podcast episode might feel really jarring because you're like, well, I'm going to use hard for me, and you're going to try and justify it. Your scarcity right now is going to be triggered as fuck by me saying the things that I'm saying. Because it wants you to stay in fear. It wants you to stay in scarcity. Because just changing your mindset around money changes your whole experience around money. So you might be stuck in a perpetuating cycle of scarcity because it's all you ever know. And the people in your current little ecosystem, you are all stuck in a perpetuating cycle of scarcity, and it's normal. And you all justify each other and you all pump each other up about it and you all make it okay. And it's not fucking okay. And I want you to be the brave one who starts to work on her relationship and her mindset about money and is actually able to change her experience with money. It could also be a cluster of events that we look at, like, I love to use the example like COVID, 2020, 2021, 2022. We've all, over the last kind of 5 years, all had major events that have been happening on a global scale that have put a lot of people into their perpetuating cycle of scarcity. I mean, if you just watch the news, if you consume the news, if you're a homeowner, rates up, rates down, up, 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 up. If you're consuming that, it's fear-based frequency, low-level shit. I'm not saying it's not your real experience, but perpetuating that, feeding that is not serving you. Okay. So the last 5 years, all of these events that have happened around money and just the content that we're consuming is such fear-based content that it's put a lot of people into a cycle of scarcity. And some of you have been now in this cycle of scarcity 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. And it's like time to fucking break free from it. And number three, you consume content. And when I say you consume scarcity, it's what you watch. It's the conversations you engage in, the people that you hang around, the news you watch and read, the TikToks that you watch, the things that are on your For You page on Instagram. It's the memes and bullshit around money that you're sharing, that you're laughing at, and you get to feel connected about, which are just perpetuating this cycle of scarcity. And it's not helping you. So with this cycle of scarcity, it's like you've got to look at where is your focus on. So the first thing I want you to do, and if you've got a pen and paper, get it out, let's fucking do this, is when you focus on money, what are you focused on? Are you focused on, I'm good, I'm safe, I've got a secure income. I'm able to manage my bills. Are you focused on the outcome and the story that you want to have with money? Or is your thoughts, feeling, reactions, conversations all focused on the lack of, the not enough, how shit you are with money, how money is not there for you, how you can never get enough money? So I want you to first look at, like, what are you currently focused on? Is it positivity and possibility and knowing that money's actually always had your back? This is a practice I do in Heal Your Money. If I got you to look at your life, okay, look at your life in the sense that how much time and energy you have wasted fearing a lack of money, feeling scarcity, feeling like it's not enough. How much time have you wasted thinking about your shit relationship with money? How money's not there for you? How much time have you wasted on this low vibrational money story that you're perpetuating? And then the second breath, if I was to get you to actually look at money, really look at your life, I bet you that you could also say that there's another story available to you. And that story is that you actually always land on your feet. The money always comes. You always figure it out. I'm not saying it doesn't get to that really, really holy but because it's going to work out. But in the end, you always figure it out. Money always comes. Money always has your back and you always find a way. So what if we get rid of all of the negative scarcity and fear so that you can just start to fucking trust yourself and trust money and trust that you're safe, trust that you're protected, and trust that we actually always figure it out? Because that's the story that I tell myself. That's the story that I perpetuate, is that I am good. Me and money are good. I'm safe with money. Money's safe with me. I've got money's back. Money's got my back. I love money. Money loves me. Money flows to me. Now, it's easy to do all of that, right? When you have got money flowing to you, but that's not when it fucking counts. It's when you don't know where the next dollar is coming in. It's when you don't know how you're going to pay your mortgage next month. It's in those really hard moments when you can anchor in and be like, I'm fucking good. I'm going to figure this out, because that's what I've had to do. My money mindset was not built on money just flowing to me. I had to build my money mindset in the depths of scarcity when I did not know how I was going to pay my rent. I did not know how I was going to do this. I didn't know how I was going to pay my loan repayment. I didn't know what I was going to do next week for food. It was in those moments that I built my money mindset. And that's why it's so strong, because I had evidence of take it all away, I'll figure it out. And you have that same power available to you. Okay. You have that same power available to you. So what are you focusing on? And whatever you're focusing on is creating either safety or fear. And so most of you are stuck in a perpetuating cycle of scarcity. The thing that you're focusing on is then creating fear. And that fear is creating anxiety. So you're worried about the future. You're worried about there not being enough. And based on the fear and anxiety, then you start to make decisions. And you are making decisions from a place of fear and scarcity, which means that you are not taking risks. You are not moving. You are staying stuck where you are because you think you have to do that because you're stuck in a perpetuating cycle of scarcity. And you're making scarcity and fear-based decisions. And those decisions are rooted in fear and safety, which means you're not moving. You become stuck in your cycle. And then the outcomes are the same. So you're making decisions that are giving you the same outcome. So let's look at the negative decisions. So when you're in a state of fear and anxiety, it reduces your ability to think clearly and make rational decisions. And we have less bandwidth when we're in this cycle to process information that's coming in. And we weigh up all the options and we consider the long-term consequences of the choice you're about to make, thus creating short-term risk-adverse thinking and action taking. So you become more concerned about protecting the little bit you perceive to have rather than taking chances and saying yes to opportunities that are actually going to break you free of this cycle of scarcity that you're stuck in. Makes sense? I'll give an example of this. Let's say I do a call with somebody. They have a business idea and I say, great, we can do this. We can create a plan. You can execute this. You can do this. We can do this together. And then they find out the investment of investing in themselves, investing the time to learn these skills, to execute the plan to build their business. And then the amount that they need to invest becomes fear, scarcity. And then instead of making an empowered decision to move themselves in the direction they want to go, they allow their scarcity and fear to talk them out of making that decision. You know what? I'll just hold on to that money. I'll just stay where I am. I can do it on my own. It's fine. I don't need to invest this money. This is a negative decision that's being made. It's being made from a place of scarcity and fear. And then what happens? Then they get a negative outcome where it's another year, another 2 years before they actually do the thing they want to do. And the more time that they take to actually take action, the more they are breeding a disbelief in themselves, a lack of self-trust, more fear, more scarcity. Whereas actually saying yes to that opportunity to build the business and do the thing would have actually given them long-term gains. But when you're in this scarcity cycle, you're so risk adverse. You just want to hold on to what you've got from a place of fear and scarcity. And so we don't make those investments. We don't make those moves. And this is how we become trapped in a toxic cycle that keeps us stuck in fear, anxiety, guilt, shame, this toxic cycle of scarcity. And most people, I think the saddest thing that I've learned, and even myself in my own journey, is people don't even know. They're not even aware. This way of thinking, this way of speaking, this lack of responsibility around money is like so accepted out there right now to talk shit about money, how hard it is, how tough it is out there, rah, rah, rah. And it literally serves none of you to engage in conversations like that. It makes you feel connected, but connected to what? Other people who are in scarcity and fear. And it's like at some point, you've got to draw a line in the sand and decide that you're going to be better, that you're going to bring awareness to these things, and that you have the power to change your situation. Always, period, exclamation mark. So from this episode, this is a fiery episode. I was in the shower washing my hair, so my hair is still wet. I'm like, I've got to record this right now. It's been heavy on my heart. If you're listening to this episode, your number one thing is to bring awareness to how you think, feel, react, respond, and what you're consuming, conversations you're engaging in. And I want you to start to protect your relationship with money. It's okay if where you are right now with money does feel like fear and scarcity. I've been there. I get it. It's why I teach on it. It's why I've got courses on it. I just want you to know every time your friend's like complaining and blaming money, and then you complain and blame with her, you are literally keeping yourself stuck. You are shackling yourself and cementing where you are, and that's exactly where you're going to stay. So when your friend or your colleague or the content that you consume that is funny, well, the shit I say, I'm like, it is funny, but it's not fucking serving you. You're going to stay right where you are. So I want you to start to take at least responsibility for that, because that first step is the pathway to you healing your relationship with money, changing your story around money, and therefore being able to change your experience with money. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you love this episode. The passion and fire that you can feel, please know it's because I give a fucking shit. And I know I've lived in scarcity. I've grown up with not a lot. So I know I've worked on my money mindset in the trenches of fucking scarcity. I know. I'm not teaching this from a place of privilege. I'm teaching this from I've had to overcome this. And this is your first step if you've got a shit relationship with money. Take fucking responsibility for how you think, how you feel, how you react, how you respond, and become aware that you are perpetuating the cycle of scarcity that you are stuck in because of the conversations you're having, because of the content you're watching, and the people you're surrounding yourself with. And I'm not saying go and like fire on your friends and family. There's people that I really deeply love and care about who are super important to me, who have really negative relationships with money. I'm just really good at protecting myself. And so you've got to do whatever you need to do to protect your mindset, because this is your most valuable asset. Love you guys. Have the best day.
Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. If you loved this episode, be sure to share that with me by leaving me a review And head over to the She Who Dares official Instagram account at She Who Dares Official, hit follow, slide into my DMs, and share with me the impact this episode has had on you. And before you go, I'm going to leave you with this. The universe is responding to you. It is following your lead. You are the one who has to move first. And when you do, the whole universe will move with you, because it's I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. That is our official She Who Dares mantra. I want you to write it down, put it on a mirror, and I want you to remind yourself of it every day. When I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. When you follow this She Who Dares mantra, you are going to unlock the magic of the universe, and you are stepping into your most powerful self. I can't wait to see you for the next episode. Thanks for being here.